New workshop part 10. Last time we built more wall framing. Yeah, that's it. Repetitive work isn't all that varied, and this time there are some more walls we need to frame, but first some OSB. Stefan's studio needs to be finished first, so we are starting there. And there's not much to say about it. Take a sheet, raise it off the floor a little bit, and screw it to the studs. Compared to the office wall, this is now a lot faster, since for the most part we can use full sheets. You can also see the laser aligned with the middle stud, which shows us where to put screws. Here we tried recording a motion lapse. That's not as simple, because we had to guess correctly how long it would take us to mount the OSB. First one, you can definitely see that it failed. But that first wall didn't start out straightforward with the corner. We mounted a full sheet overlapping the corner, then another one to the other side, and then cut it flush. And anytime we couldn't use a full sheet, we marked the width on both ends on the pallet, aligned the saw track, and cut it right there. Like that, we made good progress. But as you can see, the sheets are not high enough, so we had to fit some thinner strips against the ceiling to close the wall. Here again in a more successful motion lapse. What you can also see are some ceiling strips we put at edges against the walls and ceiling. Because nothing is perfectly straight, that tape fills some of the small gaps and significantly reduces the amount of caulking we need later. We let it overlap a bit and cut it flush afterwards. Next wall, and here we nailed the motion lapse timing. The door cutout we made like the one in the office wall, screwing OSB over it and used the frame as a guide for the saw to cut it flush.
Muss abreißen.
Looks pretty much like a wall now, just the strips on top are missing. Now back to framing the arch in my workshop. One rail on the floor, which was a little bit bent, two against the wall, and one on top. And three more short pieces against the arch and connected to the top rail made it a lot stiffer. To get the OSB panels into shape, Robin could hold it against the arch and I could fit behind to transfer the shape. That worked excellent, so covering the entire wall with OSB didn't take long. And now the last wall we had to frame was the one into my workshop with door cutout. And it's more involved, since my plan is to build a big sliding door for it. And to be able to support the weight of it hanging there, I planned it a lot stronger.
Also about halfway, Robin's wall with door joints and connects my wall with Stefan's. It's also not centered in the post, but the OSB should end up flush with one outside, and that's what we are trying to mark on the floor here. The same on the other post as well, and these marks can be transferred to everything else. Then I again found some nice and straight pieces for the bottom and top rail. Everything else you've seen multiple times already, so I won't show it again. Here now is the beam that the sliding door will be mounted to, and to make it nice and strong so it can support the weight of the sliding door, it got studs all the way through, and I also doubled it.
Not so much for strength, but to have more area to bolt the sliding door rail into. Also trimmer studs, of course. And despite all that, it's still very wobbly. Well, it's also not finished. Cripple studs got installed and Robin's wall with the door cutout as well. It connects both Stefan's and my wall, and with it finished, everything is solid. And now all the framing is complete.
Ready to do?
Fast.
Next comes more OSB, wiring, and insulation. See you for that in the next video.